think that a lot of that rubbed off on Andy Halliday today. So I thought the two of them done a very good job. Quietly done a very good job. There was nothing, there was nothing, amazing. I thought that either of the two of them done, but they just kept the team nice and tight, nice and shape. There was never any real major gaps appeared in the centre of our midfield. And I think Halliday's seen that how Arfield goes about his job in that respect, and just duplicated it. And so I thought the two of them done very well. I've no complaints with Arfield or Halliday today. I thought for another time we've had to rotate the squad. We've done it. Stephen Gerrard's brought in guys that he thinks he can do a job in there, and they've done it. So fantastic. I think we've got better players moving forward than Andy Halliday in that position. But for a squad player, and Stephen Gerrard has said during the week there that he's been an excellent squad player for us, and if he can come in and he can keep doing that in these type of situations for us, then fantastic.
Kilmarnock?
I think there's definite. You can see it through a team. They're disciplined in their positioning, which is great. Just Arfield doing his job, Halliday doing his job. I think the work rate we had off of Holt last season, I think they're all getting that. As much as Holt's away, they all seem to be realising, no, you need to be working for the whole of the game. Although their goal, I think Tav could have maybe came across right at the initial, as the guy broke up for their half. He could have maybe come across, but again, it was his discipline. He's come back into his right back position, and Ejaria's come across, whereas I think Tav was a bit close at the time, but he just automatically went right back into my defensive duties. But it's good to see that discipline across the team. Again, I think Candace was there as well. He was just getting the ball, he was launching it. They want to think about it. If they think there's a wee bit of trouble, most of them are just kind of launching up the park. Ejaria, never seen any flicks from him, any step overs or anything, which is a good thing. We just want him to just keep working away, doing what he does, and nothing fancy, especially in our own half.
I thought he did a good game. Kilmarnock, I thought it really did. He joined the play, worked hard, and obviously he must be about 6'2", so he's winning your headers before, but we'd never had a chance in midfield.
We've certainly got some height across the team. Sadiq, and I'm not getting impressed much with Sadiq at the minute. It just seems so clumsy. But
can we not call him clumsy? Can we call him an entertainer? I get your point.
You know he's going to be a cult hero and score against them, don't you?
That'll do me. That'll do you, Cushy, will it?
Absolutely, I'd take him to scoring against him. But I think he's a little bit of an enigma as Sadiq. I'm not sure he's the quality of backup that we need to Alfredo Morelos, to be honest with you. But in saying that, the boy's only had cameo roles that he's coming on, with 10 minutes to go and things like that, or even less. And it's very it'd be unkind to judge the player on that. But it does look so clumsy when he's on the ball. I was hoping actually when he did come on he would get some space to run into, because it does look like a player that's got a lot of pace, and when he opens those legs and he's running onto a through ball, then I don't think there's anybody going to be catching him. But how many times is he going to get that against teams in Scotland who are typically going to sit in, and it's going to be very tight, and he's not going to get a chance to do that. But it doesn't look great. But I'm wary about judging the guy. He must have only played about 25-30 minutes for us in total since he's turned up.
Maybe.
Yeah. So
obviously they're trying to get him fit because of what they're doing. You've seen he played for under 21s last week, and then he went away with the first team squad. That shows you where a couple of players shot. Anyway, people want to join us. It's 0141 356 1972. Bridge. I thought the manager's substitutions, 3-1 up. Arfield's been booked solid. Same with Morelos, get them off. Give him a bit of rest. He got them spot on.
Absolutely. And number one, you would take Morelos off anyway because he's got the 3 goals. And in fact, as I said, he got 4 goals, but unfortunately only got 3 of them. I think that he did the right thing. Arfield booked off, Morelos was booked as well, wasn't he? What are we talking about? He get booked as well, I think. No, I like that. My only worry is the near injuries we got from Ferguson and the head wound that Katic has got. Let's hope they are not sore or Tuesday. Let's say, I hope it's all cleared up and everything else. And I'm sure I saw some of the boys, one of the boys in the lobby put in that Murphy's is just a knee problem and it sounds severe. So there's not much we can say about that.
Players usually know, mate. Players usually know, and I thought at first the initial thought was he'd done his ankle in badly. That was my initial, but obviously it was his knee. With his reaction when he was on the ground, that told you everything you had to know. But we're building momentum. Difficult place to go. Did we beat them once last year? Only beat Kilmarnock once last year, from memory. Did we? We drew and lost at Ibrox, beat them.
We beat them once.
Yeah, so there you go. And we beat them quite comfortably the day of the piece, I thought, cushy, really.
I think it's a hard place to go.
I didn't think we were in any danger. It is a hard place to go. They have a stuffy team. That Steve Clark is a good manager, and he's got them really well organised. So it was never going to be a cakewalk. But I feel we managed the game. We looked a better team. We scored the quality goals. From Morelos. And I think we just without being absolutely. Without it being a cakewalk, which it certainly wasn't, I felt we just looked a better team over the piece, and we always looked dangerous. When you think we also hit the post, and their goal was a bit of a scrappy OG, then looking at that, I think it was certainly relative. It was an easier game than I thought we were going to have actually going there, because I thought it was going to be a very tight, physical kind of 1-0 win that they would probably scrape. Whereas actually, when you looked at it over the piece, it was easier than that without being an absolute cakewalk.
So is that who's got the pitches in Scotland now? Hamilton, Kilmarnock, and Livingston. Yeah, I mean, I just don't like them, and I don't want to make too much of it, but. The other teams that are running about them maybe try to fight for a bit of a position in the league. They pitches, let's just say, they must be out of the season. They must be worth at least half a dozen points to you with the familiarity of it. Kilmarnock.
Yeah, as I said before, I quite like playing on them. I've not got issues at all with them, but not at a professional level. They shouldn't be there, definitely not. But I'd like to get a shot of them. But I don't know how that's going to happen. Managers need to start speaking out about it in the top level. Maybe the injury to Murphy will maybe highlight it, and the club will push for change with a bit of luck.
Can I just say, I think moaning about the plastic pitches, you can't do it when you get beat on them, because it just sounds like
silly. This is the time to do it, mate. This is the time to do it. Yep.
This is exactly the time to do it. So, we've went there, we've won 3-1, we've got an injury to a player. And I think the head injury to both the Kilmarnock player and Katic is also due to the plastic pitch, the way the ball checks and then bounces just above head height. It seems to do that an awful lot on these plastic pitches. And the players are committing themselves to go and win the ball. And we're getting. I would love to see the stats for head injuries on these plastic pitches, because the ball always seems to retain a certain height when it bounces, and that height just seems to, for defenders going attacking the ball, it always seems to, I think, be a potential injury for it. But I don't think it should be. Stephen Gerrard's just said, I've noticed on Twitter that elite football should not be played on a plastic pitch, and I think that's absolutely 100% correct. But you can't moan about it after you get beat. You've got to do it when you go there and get a good 3-1 win. And this is now the time, I think, to really highlight it and bring it to the fore in Scottish football. As I said previously, we don't live in Siberia. There is no real reason for us to have a plastic pitch other than the fact that I believe UEFA gave a loan, funded it and gave Kilmarnock money for it. that I think has to be looked at.
Well, Aberdeen don't have one, and you could argue with David Worstweather, the two Inverness, the two Highland League clubs never had them. And they're where it's here. On you go, mate.
I just got a text from one of the members of the family, and they were saying that our manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE, has actually refused to comment on the pitch and the injury for Murphy.
All right, well, because she's picking up different stuff in Twitter.
His exact quote was, it was careful. I'm reading it on it. It says, Stephen Gerrard, careful not to disrespect Kilmarnock's pitch, adds, my opinion is elite football should not be played on plastic pitches. That's exactly what he said.
That's what the text said as well.
So it's not,
there's two distinct things. He refused to comment. I'm not going to make any comment on the pitch, but my opinion is this. That's what he said.
Class act, man. Maybe too intelligent for Scottish football, Kilmarnock.
Aye, yeah. There's definitely an unnatural bounce on these pitches. You can see the ball coming over, and you're expecting to bounce off the surface and go to head height, and it'll just maybe go to shoulder height. So it's definitely a Celtic's pitch, the hybrid pitch. That's probably better where the grass grows kind of in with it. But obviously the other clubs haven't got the money to finance pitches, the better quality pitches. But even just looking at that surface, that should never been allowed. You look at it in distance, look at a football pitch, it just looks like I don't know.
American football pitch. Football pitch.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think that Kilmarnock pitch is a shocking pitch, really and truly. Just shocking. Remember Waghorn get injured on it? Remember that? You remember Waghorn get injured on it?
I remember maybe never really recovered for us as our team after him. Because his confidence was shot and ultimately maybe affected by performance in a cup final because he wasn't fit. But
absolutely.
The argument always is because you might get injured on the grass as well, but I just don't like it. And I agree with you, this is the time to make noises about it.
I believe Hamilton rent theirs out to different clubs during the week, and I don't know if Kilmarnock doing the same. Is it extra finance for them? Is that why they're keeping them? Because they know there's extra money coming in?
Because the revenue coming in, but also you don't have to have a training ground because you can go and train in that. You're not going to damage the pitch. You can train on it. Your whole club's based around your ground. That cost, rent cost. You don't have to employ groundsmen. The economics make sense, but it doesn't make sense for me, Coochie, for the game.
No, the economics do make sense, for Kilmarnock, and as a club, it's if they've got the option of doing it and the finances make sense for them, then it's their prerogative to do it until such times as they're told they can't do it anymore. So it's nothing to do with Kilmarnock. They've got to look after their own club and their own finances. But the people who are in charge of the game in Scotland should be looking at it and saying, right, is this really what's best for us? When we're selling rights, they're talking now about selling rights abroad that because the last company hadn't paid their last payment. If we're going to sell it abroad and we want to sell a package that is good enough that people want to watch it and you want to take the game abroad and try and eulogise how good Scottish football is and what it's got good going for it. I don't think having plastic pitches as part of that is going to wash. I don't rate them. I didn't mind playing on them. But for pro footballers to play on them where it's a livelihood and where if you do twist your knee the wrong way, your career could be finished. Now that can happen on grass parks, absolutely, but it seems to happen more on plastic parks. And anyway, some players.
We've been joined by our grass expert. How we doing, Fox?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
How we doing, mate? Give your thoughts, mate.
I want the panel to discuss the goal that wasn't given. How many mistakes?
Let's start on that.
How many mistakes did these referees blatantly miss? And it was a linesman, this time, that had a clear view that the ball had crossed the line, an important cup tie for us, and once again, were fighting for getting bad decisions against us.
That's if you like 3 competitive games in Scotland, and I will go to Bridge next. And the 2 big decisions, the Morelos sending off and the Morelos goal chopped off, it's been a combination of the referee and the linesman. Bridgeman.
Okay, I have to say this, and I make no apologies of saying it. The very first thing they should do in the Scottish football is get goal line technology in. 100%. That proves it. There's a really, really important game, as Foxy said, and they can't even make their mind up there. The Rangers players are saying, it's a goal. The Killie players are saying, no, it's no. You know, that kind of nonsense. The referee can't see it, allegedly, but the linesman standing on the corner flag, why can't he see it? Okay, maybe it's a block, maybe it gets blocked out by a player or two. But for God's sake, when you see it in the second, there's a still photo in the lobby now, it's about easily 6 inches put over the line, the ball. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. That's not right. Get that sorted, and you'll start to see a bit of fairness coming into the football. I'll tell you that now. That's disgraceful. That's all I've got to say.
Cushy. Go and mute Bridge. Cushy.
Yeah, just looking for the refereeing team to be competent. Well, that's all we're looking for. Nothing more, nothing less. Just the refereeing team being competent. And yet again, they've come out today and and they've been the exact opposite of that. You know, so it's and it just keeps. We just keep getting it in games based in Scotland. It's just so. You know, if we put it down to just sheer incompetence, then someone has to look at how the referees are doing this. In terms of goal line technology, there's obviously a cost associated with that. And if we're talking about teams, certain teams ripping up parks and putting down and having to put down grass, who's going to be funding all that? And then who, on top of that, are they also going to fund the goal line technology? But, I think they're good points, but I think we have to, as a football association, we have to move into the 21st century, and I don't think we're there yet with the plastic parts and the goal line technology.
The goal line technology, mate, could that not be part of your broadcasting deal? About who you give the broadcasting rights to, because they could maybe be 2 birds, 1 stone.
It may well be. I don't know. I don't know how that would work in terms of who we would sell it to. It may well be that they might fund it, but is it not? I always look at the footballing authorities in this country to take a lead in some of these aspects. And our footballing authorities appear not to ever do that. So maybe it's about time that we started looking at. I know I've read up some of the goal line technology. Some of it is actually relatively inexpensive. Some, depending on the one you can go for, you can get very expensive solutions. But I think it's something that that has to be looked at. Again,
on you go, mate. Carry on.
No, mate, on you go.
Kilmarnock.
I think we should be taking the prize money. All that so-called money that's come in for the Champions League, the money that they've made us over the last couple of years. And the money should just be coming out a central pot, and the club means that's taken away from the club's financing it. But it maybe could be part of the broadcasting. But that's two improvements. The financial cost there that would make our game better. The pitches and the goal line technology, and investors looking at wanting TV rights and looking at that pitch today will just go, this is a backwater. Why are we investing in a backwater?
And also the crowd, with all the empty seats, and again, we see this most away games, all the empty seats, that's main stand at Kilmarnock, maybe wasn't even half full, and there's thousands trying to get tickets for the game, Kilmarnock.
That needs to change as well. The clubs have been kind of clicking their nose after spite their face. They are trying to keep the advantages that they've got, and that's reducing their crowd. It's not increasing their crowd, but it's actually putting us to a disadvantage. Then it's not really good at the game.
I think it was 15,000 there today, something like that. And the two main stands at the back, I don't know how many they tell, but probably between 8 and 10,000 Rangers fans there today. Where were the Killie fans? In the main stand, if you follow me.
It was empty. Fox, your thoughts on what the boys said about the goal line technology?
Aye, well, they're all making good points, mate. My point when I came on was how crucial that goal could have been And it seems to have been forgotten. I was listening to the commentary on BT Sport, and it was as if it never happened. Oh, of course, it should have been gave a goal and then they move on. I mean, if that had been a Kilmarnock goal, mate, that would be all over the paper and all over the commentaries. But because it's Rangers, it's kind of skipped over because we won. This is the time for me that we should complain about the referees.
And the linesman. I don't know who's doing the flitting, but can you go on mute? And the linesman, Cushy, because the linesman's been involved in 2 of the big decisions at the 3 games so far, the centre-half Morelos and that goal chopped off the day.
Yeah, it just needs to get better. You know, I was looking at the angle and some of the photographs I've seen of it. You know, there could potentially be a player blocking his view, I thought initially. But then when you see how far actually the ball has crossed the line, yeah, I was looking at it and thinking, actually, that Kilmarnock player's not blocking any linesman view if the linesman's in the right position. You know, so it's just, you know, I can't help feeling, maybe as Fox, as someone said there, that we are not going to get, we're going to get one of these decisions against us, and it's going to be of a material effect in the game. We've not had it yet in terms of getting goals crossed off, though the red cards obviously against Aberdeen, I think, had a material effect in the game. But it's going to happen where it's actually going to cost us points. You know, and that's I don't understand why our referees appear to be so bad when in Europe the referees appear to get on with the game and be as competent as you like. You know, it just the disconnect between what's happening in Scotland and what's happened when we play with European ties is just is unreal.
Folks, that's the negatives today. What pleased you? Fox? Well, we lost him.
I think so.
He has dropped it. As we say, the officials, I'm not just blaming the referee, Kilmarnock, the linesman and it's the linesman and the referee, they 2 big calls in 3 Scottish games, it's got it wrong.
What about additional refs behind the goal? Actual refs that get involved, or do you think that's just more confusion, more opinions and more mistakes? You know, sometimes you see a couple behind the goals during the I don't know if they're on the World Cup there, but they don't seem to get involved. The ones they seem to put in about the goal mouse. Surely that's
no.
On
you go, Bridge.
I was going to say, look, goal line technology was quite controversial when it came in. Was it 2 seasons ago? Come in down in England. It's settled in. You hardly hear about it. They show up to confirm everybody. You know, if there was any contention at all, they show it up and as part of the film. You know, when they're showing it on the TV, and there you go. You see it quite clear as day. That's it. And it's as if it's not there. It's as if it's not there. It's just it works into the game. It's part of the game, and it's brilliant. And I love it. I can't wait to get the sort of referee, the video. Was it a video assistant referee? I can't wait till that comes in. I believe in this technology. This technology is there to help everyone. That today is nothing short of disgraceful. But it takes me back to what young Mount Vernon said 2 seasons ago. It's everything to do with our game and the coverage of our game makes it easy to say if it's Rangers, it doesn't matter. So they can make a bad decision and nobody says anything. Because the BBC, and I'm not being funny when I say this, and I've gone about them all the time, the BBC don't cover Rangers in reality. They don't connect any contentious issues, and they don't interview any of our players or our managers. They just don't. As far as Rangers are concerned, they're only there as something that helps the game on, nothing else. They don't want to take anything to do with what Rangers are saying. They don't take any arguments for Rangers. Just don't do it. So we're fighting an uphill battle as far as Rangers are concerned. And I'm not being funny when I say that. And I make no apology for saying it. And we need to get all of that sorted out because the BBC will be part of this goal line technology and a video assistant referee. They will be part of this for sure.
Be interesting to see, mate. They don't cover all the games live, so they don't do it in England, so I don't know.
Yeah, but they cover the games live on radio. You know what I mean? It's all there. That's all part and parcel of the media game. The BBC are massive in this country. They are absolutely massive, and they've got a huge influence on what's being said and how our game's being played. They've got a massive influence, and you can tell you can tell when they ignore what's happening. As Foxy said there, it's in a couple of minutes that's gone. It's as if that ball never went over the line, and it's as if the referee had cheated. That's what it seems like. They need to get rid of this cheat thing out of their game as well. Get it sorted. Goal line technology will resolve that. Sorry, pal, I'm ranting.
Yeah, you are.
Can I just say as well? Can I say just on that? Morelos was getting the blame for a number of commentators for not busting the net. And it was almost used as an excuse. Well, he should have busted the net because if he'd done that, he would have got his goal. But it's not a striker's task to bust the net. All he needs to do is get the ball across the line. And that's exactly what he did. It wasn't the cleanest of strikes he'll ever hit, but that is completely irrelevant. The fact was that the ball crossed the line. And I've noticed kind of in social media, and even when Alan McCoist was talking about it on BT Sport after the game, there was the inference that because he's not rattled it in the back of the net, that somehow it's his fault. It's up.
It's your own fault. You're not getting the goal because you never batted it. Yeah,
exactly. We should absolutely nip that in the bud because it's simply not right. And I was very disappointed in hearing McCoist kind of intimating that should have been the case as well at half time. Because he doesn't need to do it. All the boy needs to do is get the ball across the line. And I was delighted to see that he got his hat-trick eventually.
It was a goal, mate. That's the end of. It was a goal. There's no ifs, buts or maybes. It was a goal.
Oh,
so look, we've discussed the goal line technology in the media, but we've got to, before we start wrapping up the show today, but Kilmarnock, we've got to take our hats off to the coaching staff and the squad again because it's been excellent.
I thought Flodringham came in and was it nothing each had done that save? The guy took a free kick and he got right down and somehow managed to put it at the bar. I'm sure it was nothing each. That was a game changer, that save. If they go 1-0 up, it's a different game, isn't it? But manager's using the squad. McAllister seems to be doing fabulous in the background as well. It's a good partnership. And plus, again, the guys behind them, the team that deal with the health side of things, the statistics, all that sort of thing. There's an improvement over the team. You can see them all working a lot harder, every single one of them. And you can see them all crowding. If a shot coming in, there's always 2 or 3 of them running that ball, trying to stop it getting in the net. There seems like a good team spirit there, a good club spirit, which used to be missing. Lack of leaders throughout our club, but it seems to be clicking at the moment, and long may it continue.
Cushy?
Absolutely, yeah. It all seems to be coming together. Gerard's been very vocal about saying that we're all a team, including the backroom staff, the people that are making the tea, and building that kind of team ethic throughout the entire club, and not just in the first team, in the first 11. Long may that continue. It seems it's just night and day if you're a Rangers supporter watching Rangers at the moment.
Bridgeman? He's doing a bridge. Hey, I agree with you, lads.
I'm right here on it. I just wish a wee bit a minute away. But no, I agree with what boys have said. Marvellous. A great performance by our team and a great performance by our management. And hopefully, the guys that are injured, it's not too bad on any of them. Although the signs are, based on what we're hearing, is that Mr. Murphy might be in for a wee while out. But I hope everybody else manages to get themselves sorted out and ready for the big game on Thursday. I really do. Sorry.
It's good to get Jack to come back.
Jack coming back and hopefully Koulibaly. Hopefully it was just a precaution today because we've not heard much about that. Anyway, last word of the day to the bridge.
Oh, what can I say? To all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly our Rangers fans here on Rangers Radio, great victory for us today. Great result. Marvellous. Well done, the Rangers. And to everybody, please keep it going for the Rangers because the Rangers need it. Keep it going.
This has been Rangers Radio. Can I thank Kilmarnock, cushy number. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, old school boy.
Now, Dunbar, McCready, forward to Meikle-John, to Dickey, back to Cunningham, and it's Morton over to Young, a neat pass to Brand. He hits it on, and yes, it's a goal! Listen to that Ibrox crowd roar as Rangers start the new year with a wonderful goal. And listen to Callum Kennedy as he sings with the crowd, the Rangers Chorus. Have you seen the Glasgow Rangers? Have you seen the boys in blue? They're admired by all who know them. If you saw them, so would you. Loved by all, they are good sportsmen. For fair play, they top the pole. There's a roar that beats old Hampden when they score the winning goal. On the slopes of dear old Ibrox, thousands gather for the fray, and they're glorious and victorious when the Rangers win the day. They have played way in Monaco, they have played in USA, but the greatest game in history is the game on New Year's Day. It's the home of famous heroes, and their praises have been sung. Willie Waddle, Tory Gillick, Alan Morton and George Young. So when all my life has ended, and when death has made its mark, may they scatter all my ashes on the slopes of Ibrox Park. With the angels I'll be singing up in heaven in a glen. I'll be happy and contented when the boys have won again. On my harp I will be playing in the sky way up above. I'll be singing follow, follow for the Rangers that I love.
Hurrah, hurrah, we are the Billy Boys. Hurrah, hurrah, we make a lot of noise. We're up to here, we never fear, we all are Billy's sons. We are the Glasgow Billy Boys. We belong to Glasgow, we're orange and we're true. Scotland is our country, our colours white and blue. We're Protestants and proud of it, we're known from near and far. Glasgow Billy Boys they call us. Hurrah, hurrah, we are the Billy Boys. Hurrah, hurrah, we make a lot of noise. We're up to here, we never fear, we all are Billy's sons. We are the Glasgow Billy Boys. On the 12th day of July you'll find us in the walk with our brother orange men, there's Sandy, Bill and Jack. Willie is our hero, he beat them at the Boyne. Glasgow Billy Boys they call us. Hurrah, hurrah, we are the Billy Boys. Hurrah, hurrah, we make a lot of noise. We're up to here, we never fear, we all are Billy's sons. We are the Glasgow Billy Boys. We believe in freedom, we won our fight that day. At the Battle of the Boyne, we're very proud to say, James he was defeated, justice had been done. Raise now a glass to King Will.